A female patient in Phoenix, in a Phoenix healthcare facility, recently gave birth. More than 14 years after a near-fatal drowning incident left her in a vegetative state. Family members close to the victim say that she's been in the Hacienda healthcare facility for more than a decade. Now officials are investigating how this could have happened and exactly who's responsible. Briana Whitney is a reporter at our Phoenix affiliate, KPHO. She spoke extensively with a source inside the facility about the incident. Briana, can you explain to us, how does a woman who's been in a vegetative state for 14 years give birth to a healthy baby boy?
Yeah, that is a question that all of us have been asking here in Arizona. And I got a chance to talk to a doctor yesterday who actually said that housing a baby inside a woman who is in a vegetative state isn't a whole lot different than a woman who is fully functioning. But there could have been severe complications at birth because there was no medical preparation for that birth. And that's the other question we have, is how facility members did not know this patient was pregnant. It's really a miracle that the baby was born and healthy.
I mean, I just think about childbirth and how painful and incredibly painful it was. And I had an epidural, in that process. But how is it possible, Briana, that this healthcare facility and her family didn't know that she was pregnant?
And that's what we've been asking the facility, and they have remained very tight-lipped. We don't know. And that source I talked to said not only did employees not know, but the only reason they found out she was going into labor was when they heard her moaning. And the doctor said even in a vegetative state, you can still feel some sort of pain. So he doesn't know the extent to the suffering she felt, but she likely was able to feel something, and that's why she started moaning. But yeah, that source we talked to doesn't know how the employees did not know she was pregnant. And that has been really our main question here as the investigation continues.
I'm curious about that baby. Do you think DNA testing will be done to find out who the father is? And how is the baby doing now?
So we have been given no update on the baby's condition, and that is something we are actively trying to get. But yeah, so Phoenix PD has remained very quiet about this. They've only been able to confirm that they are investigating. But we did talk to a former sex crimes detective. He said likely the next steps are investigators will get DNA from that baby, then create a profile for the rapist and match that with a federal database to other felons. But that still doesn't really answer the question as to who could be in the facility that had access to her. And right now, legally, they can't force anybody in that facility and any employees to turn over DNA samples. So that is really the challenge moving forward in the investigation.
That's just incredible. I mean, I can't tell you how disturbing the story is on just so many levels. And to know that potentially could this person still be at that facility? Do we know, though, what measures they're taking to deal with this, and particularly, are there other victims of assault at this facility?
Right, and I think that's the concern for a lot of family members who have patients in that facility. They haven't said anything about it other than they're cooperating with the investigation. But that source we talked to said she heard that protocol was changed this week after the incident, that now when a male staff member goes into a female patient's room, they must have a female staff member present too. So that's what we heard has changed, but Hacienda has yet to confirm that.
Have you heard from community leaders? I'm wondering if there are any advocacy groups that are going to take up this case. What are they saying?
Yeah, they said that this is just disgusting, and they've taken interest in it. Of course, right now, the search is on for family members to find out what they're going to do and if they're even in the area. So I guess that's the question moving forward, is who's going to file a lawsuit, if any. But certainly, we think Hacienda is preparing for that. They are not saying anything about this, and neither are their employees.
Briana Whitney from our Phoenix affiliate, KPHO. Briana, I want to thank you very much for joining us.